Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Gurok here, your casual gamer dad, coming at you guys with another episode of our Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker job review PvP series. Man, that intro is a mouthful. Basically the same thing that we did with all of our PvE job reviews. We're going to be doing the same for PvP because PvP is hopping right now with the new update. Obviously today we're following up on our PvE review of the Samurai with our honest, our personal thoughts and opinions on how Samurai performs in PvP. We'll go over the skill loadout and just some basic usages of said skills, and how they perform in both Frontlines and Crystalline Conflict. Again, as per usual disclaimer, I am not a master at Samurai in PvP in any way, shape, or form. I've only participated in PvP as a Samurai for as long as it took me to level the job up. So it was mostly Frontlines, a little bit of CC mixed in here and there, and I did some CC on Samurai back when CC was first released as well, just to kind of get a feel for which jobs I enjoyed playing most. So take everything I say here as strictly just as they are. They are opinions. They are how I feel about the job and how it performs from a very casual point of view. Definitely not a master player, for sure. So, take from that what you will. If you have not seen my Samurai PvE review, check it out in the description below. I'll link it there. And let's just dive in. So, Samurai in PvP is actually a blast. Their kit is pretty simple compared to PvE, which ironically enough, as you can hear, there's another Samurai nearby smacking dummies. Let me try and get over somewhere else so you don't have to listen to that mess. But yeah, nevertheless, they're very mobile. They have the ability to do a lot of damage right up front very quickly, so they're a very bursty class, and they've got some decent durability, as most jobs do. I will say though that when you play a Samurai in PvP, you have to play it in mind, knowing that they are essentially an assassination class. They are what would be known in the PvP world as an assassin, meaning they're not going to be the first one on the front lines to engage. They're going to get in at the perfect opportunity. They're going to lay down all their hurt, and then they're going to get out, whether they kill their target or not. That's basically how it rolls. If you can keep that in mind, you'll actually be very successful. So my overall opinions on Samurai is it's kind of split in two. It's kind of twofold. So if you ask how I feel about how Samurai performs in Crystalline Conflict, I would say they are an 8 out of 10. They're solid, they're good, but the smaller group size definitely kind of makes you stand out a lot easier, so you do tend to get focused once whatever your other primary target is. And plus, because you can't pick who you're teamed up with, you could be picked up with a bunch of low priority jobs, so you're just like public enemy number one, and it can go real bad real fast. That's just the randomness of CC. But given their abilities and how well you play, definitely an 8 out of 10. In front lines, they're a 9 out of 10 easily. You can stomp so hard in front lines with a Samurai, it's ridiculous. You wait for the Zerg, 2 Zergs or 3 if it's all 3 teams, to collide, and you just give it a second, and then you dive in and you just start laying down the damage, and then you just get out and you just rinse and repeat, and you'll friggin' rack up all the kills. It'll be great. Your KDA will look awesome. So let's just go over the Samurai's abilities here a little bit. Let me open up my PvP profile. Let me just give you guys a quick rundown. So I'm from here on out, I'm going to skip the generic abilities that every job gets. We all know that every job gets Standard Shield Elixir, Purify, Sprint, Guard, and Recuperate. We all know what they all do, so we're just going to ignore those things for now. Excuse me. So obviously, like most melee jobs, we do have our 1-2-3 combo, Yukikaze, Gecko, and Kasha. Unlike how they operate in PvE, there's no positional requirements on them, and they're literally just the last hits of each of your 1-2-3 combos in PvE, just minus the buffs and everything that you would get from them. However, they do change 2 different abilities. As you can see here, we have Oka and Mangetsu. Your 1, 2, 3 combo will change based off of whether or not you have used this, Hisatsu Soten. So this is where we're going to start the loadout. This is a gap closer, 10-second cooldown. You get 3 charges. Swiftly charge forward, dealing damage with a potency of 4,000 to targets in your path. Meaning, if you dash forward and there's 2 people in front of you till you get to where you're trying to go, you deal damage to both those targets. It grants you Kaiten for a duration of 10 seconds. And it says here, it just tells you while you're under the effects of Kaiten, Yukikaze changes to Hyosetsu, Gecko changes to Mangetsu, Kasha changes to Oka. Basically, what they're saying is your 1, 2, 3 combo basic filler is going to be single target. However, if you dash and you smack someone, you're basically going to be doing AoE. So, I mean, Yosetsu, 3,000 to all nearby enemies, inflicts a 2-second bind. Mangetsu, 8,000 to all nearby enemies, and then Oka, 5,000 to all nearby enemies. So you can really lay down some group hurt with this if you wait for the teams to collide, or if you wait, kind of hang in the back and gristling conflict, you wait for your tank and like maybe another heavy hitter to engage, and then you dash in and you whap and you smack all the people. It's pretty cool. That's your basic 1, 2, 3 combo. And what they changed to, this gives you all kinds of mobility. It's got a 20-yard range and it's so good. Like the cooldown on it in 3 charges is, I don't want to say it's OP, but it gives you a lot of mobility. It's nice. It's nice to be quick and mobile. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. Is this what I think it is? Suffered damage. Yes. So we're not going to touch on this yet. We're going to touch on this last. Ogi Namakiri. It's the same thing as it is in PvE. It's a big buku damage. Delivers an attack with a potency of 8,000 to all enemies in a cone before you. Potency is increased by 50% when attacking only a single target. When attacking 2 or more targets, creates a barrier around yourself that absorbs damage equivalent to a heal of 8,000 potency for 10 seconds. Basically, if you use this against one dude, you're gonna do a ton of damage. If you use it against a group, you're gonna get some durability. It's pretty nice. Which of course then changes to Kaishi Namakiri. Same thing in the description, just attack with a potency of 8,000 to all enemies in a cone before you. Potency is increased for 50% while attacking only a single target. It's the same exact thing. You just get to do it twice. You whap and whap. It is a small cast time on it with Ogi Namakiri, 1.3 second cast, but it's worth it, man. And you can hit so hard with this thing, it's out of control. It's ridiculous. Miniyuichi, I totally butchered that and I apologize. Instant cast deals damage to a target equal to 10% of the current HP, ignores the effects of guard while dealing damage, deals damage with a potency of 4,000 to players riding a machina and non-player combatants. Non-player combatants, that's interesting. Okay, anyway. Yeah, this is a pretty handy tool. It's a OGCD instacast, 20-second cooldown, gives you a 2-second stun. You can set up some plays with it. You can chain off of like a warrior stun or a white mage stun with it. You can just keep going. You do pretty good damage. And I mean, it goes right through guard. I mean, you just gotta read the description. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice. And then we have Shisui. Basically what it does is, as you can see, you pop it, 20-second cooldown, instant cast grants. I'm gonna butcher these names so bad. Grants Mikio, Shisui, and Midair. It nullifies status afflictions that can be removed by Purify. So it's essentially kind of almost another CC breaker for 3 seconds, and it gives you Midair, which of course, as we know, Midair Setsugeka is our long cast single target whoa-bam maneuver. Delivers an attack with a potency of 16,000. It's nasty. It's just as nasty in PvP as it is in PvE. Now, the last 2 things I gotta go over, obviously one is their limit break, but also Hisatsu Chiten. Now, Instacast, 30-second cooldown, reduces damage taken by 25%, and delivers an attack with a potency of 2000 every time you suffer damage for 5 seconds. Now, pay attention. Additional effect, afflicts target with Kuzushi. Kuzushi increases damage you deal to the target by 25% for 3 seconds. Keep this in mind, okay? Because now we move on to the last big thing in their kit, and that is Zentetsuken. Zentetsuken is probably one of my favorite limit breaks to use, not just because it's a staple move in Final Fantasy, and it looks relatively pretty cool, but because if you read the description right now, check this out. Swiftly charges forward, dealing damage to target and all enemies near it with a potency of 24,000, which is ridiculous, by the way. On top of that, if target is afflicted with Kuzushi, deals damage equal to 100% of their maximum HP. Ignores the effects of guard when dealing damage. The additional effect of Kuzushi cannot be applied to players riding a Machina and non-player combatants. Basically, what it's saying is you're going to deal a ton of damage with this thing, but if you pop this and they hit you and they're afflicted with Kuzushi, they just get one shot. This is not a question. They deal damage equal to 100% of their maximum HP, meaning they just die. And if you're playing, say, Crystalline Conflict, and all 5 of the dudes hit you while this is active, and they all get Kuzushi, and use Zentetsuken right after, have a nice day. You just completely wipe the team in one shot by yourself. It's fun. It is fun. It's rare because most people are pretty smart about avoiding that situation, but on the few times that happens, man, I gotta tell you, it is fun as balls. It is amusing and I love it. It is fun. But yeah, like, so that is your skill loadout as a samurai. I mean, I'm trying to get away from all these other people. So like I said, I mean, we got 1, 2, 3 combo. You can see here, it's just your basic stuff there. If you use your gap closer, whoop, bam. See how it changes? Kasha, boom. And then, boom, just like that. OGCD stun, kablam. Right? If we want to pop this, we now have Setsugeka, kablam. We got Ogi, boom. Bam. Boom. Kablam. So as you can see, that's what you got. I mean, you could just feel the power of the hits while I was just showing that off. It didn't seem like much, but it is good. Right? And you just kind of weave through them. Boom, boom. Boom, stun him, hit him with Ogi, bam, boom, bam. Chase him down. Gotta deal with the 1, 2, 3 combo. I'm trying to get my limit break so I can show you guys Zentetsuken. Hit him with Setsugeka, boom, stun, Ogi. See that damage difference? Before I was hitting 2 targets with it. When I hit 1, it was even higher. It's nice. It's very nice. 16,000 there. Stun. Hit Ogi. 12,000. 12,000. Bind them down. Get them slow. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to replicate inflicting somebody with Kuzushi, so you'll just have to deal. But, as you can see, Zentetsuken, 20-yard range, right? So, right from back here, we can limit break, right? And then you just, boom. See you later. Have a nice day. I mean, that's a ton of damage. But the best part is, if they had Kazushi on them, they would just die. Instantaneously out. So that's pretty much it for the samurai. Do I recommend samurai? Yes, I absolutely recommend samurai. I think it's very fun in PvP. I feel in crystalline conflict, samurai is very effective, very deadly. It definitely has a place, but you have to be very careful because remember, you are an assassination class in the sense that you you just get in, you make your big hits, as you saw, you just charge, hit, and then that's it. You get out and you wait. So it's kind of on your team to draw all the focus while you just get in there and lay down the big damage. In front lines, same thing, but it's way easier to do it because you just got a whole zerg of people that can take the attention for you. So definitely very fun in front lines, wicked fun in CC, but gotta be a little more tactical. So yeah, just keep all those things in mind if you're very interested in samurai and PvP. Definitely try it out. It's great. You can do it as soon as you hit level 30, which, I mean, as a samurai, you start at 50, I think. So you can just jump into PvP right away and check it out because you don't have to be 90 to PvP. That's one of the best things about it. So definitely check it out. I enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I recommend it. Both Frontlines and CC. It's great. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, opinions, anything else you want to get off your chest, please leave them in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more from my channel, if you want to help support my channel, you want to help me grow a little bit, which I would heavily appreciate, please hit the subscribe button. I hate asking for it, but I'm a small channel. I'd like to get a little bigger. It'd be nice. And if you guys enjoy what you see, just hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, guys, I'll just catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much, and you all have a great one.